Are you right on the edge of deciding whether or not you should be selling your handmade products online? Well, today I'm going to be covering 5 key aspects that you need to kind of consider before you make that jump to selling online. My name's Lena Broughton and I'm the proud owner of madeit.com.au, which has over 700 artists on the platform, and I'm a business strategist and an expert in leveraging online for growth. So you're in the right place. I know all of the tips and tricks and strategies to help you grow your handmade artisan business online. So let's jump in. One of the first things to consider when you're looking at whether or not you should be selling your handmade products online, it's to think about what stage of the creative journey that you're on. And it's really thinking about the products that you're going to have on offer and think about, is the quality level there so that you could meet customer expectations, but also that you're able to actually repeat the products that you're creating and make them enough times so you can continue to sell them online. If you've just started in your craft, let's say for an example, you're making jewelry, or perhaps you're crocheting or knitting and you're right at the beginning, don't be in such a rush to really go through that stage to sell online. Take that little bit of time to make sure that your craft and your art is at a level where you feel comfortable and confident with selling online. Now, remember, the goal here is not about creating products which are perfect in any way. And in fact, when it comes to handmade, I really encourage you to actually make sure that you maintain that element of handmade in your products and in your packaging, so that it gives that authenticity and gives the customer an experience of handmade when they buy from you as well. When it comes to selling your handmade creations online, the first thing that you really need to think about is your product imagery, because of course, in order to be able to sell online, you're going to have great imagery which really showcases your creations. Now, if you haven't started on this journey and you'd like to get access to the guide that we've created for artists to be able to get great photography, click on the link below so that you can go through to get that guide as well. But you want to have a think about what's the stage that you're at then. Again, this is part of that process where you want to make sure that the images that you're getting really show the beauty and the uniqueness of the products that you're creating. And if you don't know what that looks like, this is a really good time to put that research in first before you start launching online. The next thing that you want to consider before you start selling online is, where are you going to be selling online? There are multiple options, whether you're going through a marketplace such as Madeit, which there's a link below as well if you want to find out more. But you know, is it Madeit? Is it Etsy? Are you creating your own store? Are you going into a group store? There's lots of different ways in which you can actually think about selling online. But getting that clarity about what it will look like and where you're going to be selling will also influence the pricing that you're going to be going for, because you want to think about the fact, you know, is it like Madeit where it's a subscription, zero commissions, or are you paying a commission on your sales as well? Which means you want to make sure that you're factoring that into the end price as well. I know if you're here and you're watching this video that there's a really good chance that your products are absolutely beautiful, the fact that you're at that point where you're deciding. But I've got a question for you. Do you know who your customer is? And what I mean by that is that when it comes to selling online, you know, it's a big wide web out there. We want to think about who specifically is going to be interested in our products. So it's worth taking the time to think about, you know, is it young mums? Is it grandmas looking for newborn gifts? Is it women who are looking for items for in their home? Think about all those different aspects and start building out who you think your ideal customer is, because that's going to help you massively when you start to market your products online. The fifth thing to consider before starting to sell online is to really think about the marketing of your product. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're listed on a marketplace or whether you've got your own website or whether you're doing it through social media, you're still going to need to commit in time and effort and energy into marketing your product. Now, when we think about that from a time output, the kind of guideline that I like to say is that the time that you put into actually creating your product, you're going to need to be able to put in at least the same amount of time into marketing your product. Now, when I talk about that time as well, that doesn't include the product photography or the product videos. That's all separate. But the actual time that you put into creating your product, you're going to need to put that into also marketing your product. So what's that going to look like? What are the ideas that you've got? What is the research that you've done? You know, videos like this, where are you getting your tips and tricks and strategies for how you can really simplify and amplify your journey online? If you want to get access to the Made It for Artisans image guide that we've created, pop down below and go into the link so that you can get free access for that. And that's going to give you the guidelines that you need to at least start on that journey to get awesome product imagery. Because when it comes to selling online, your images are the doorway to connection with your customers, and they're such an important part of the puzzle. So if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe and follow along for weekly tips and strategies to help you grow and scale your handmade artisan online business.